You are meeting your significant other's family for the first time. When their grandmother sees you, she goes deathly pale, and shouts the name of a monster from her country's folklore. As you and Adam get out of the car, he reaches out and holds your hand. It feels right. It feels good. You walk to the door, and he opens it. There is a crowd in the living room. You are greeting everyone when his grandmother starts to shout. Mumus. Mumus. Monster. The old woman shrieks and retreats from the doorway. She falls back into a chair and is surrounded quickly by family members trying to calm her. The old woman will not be calmed. Her arms batter those trying to bring her ease. She is trying to point at you, to call you a monster, the Mumus. Every fiber of her being is trying to communicate to her family that you are the literal boogeyman. You put your arm around her grandson and pull him close. The old woman curses you in an old tongue that none of her family here know. Leaning to your boyfriend's ear, you whisper to him. What you whisper to the man does not matter. The eye contact you make with the old woman is what matters. Her hysterics reach a fever pitch, and she passes out. One of them is a nurse. They check her and decide not to call an ambulance. Instead, they will take her to her room and put her in the bed. You volunteer to watch over her. There is a hesitation in your boyfriend's eyes. He knows something, deep down. There is a part of him that knows what you are. You kiss him and the knowledge is buried by the rush of blood your kiss gives him. I work with old people, this is my thing. I love people like her. You tell him. It is not a lie. You cannot lie, this life you have built depends on it. But you must also collect debts, so you must be with the old woman now. With no more resistance, the family introduces themselves one by one until your boyfriend's mother walks you to her mother's room. She asks again if you are sure. You reassure her. She smiles at you and squeezes your hand before leaving to join the little family reunion. You sit in the chair beside her and take her hand. As you trace the veins and wrinkles and fix your gaze on her old, tired face. After a few minutes her eyes open. She stares at you with hate but does not move or make a sound. Wet roomy eyes set deep in a wrinkled face. Stringy gray hair poking out from beneath a knitted cap, a baggy pastel shirt and a woolen gray skirt that touches the ground. Brown thick socks covered in cat hair. She is not as you remember her. When you first saw her, when she sold her soul to you, she was young, not even done being a teen yet. She sought you out. Safety, money, family, love. These things she wished and these things she got. I did not know that you would come like this. She says, her lips trembling. What did you think would happen, Victoria? You ask. Please, please, you have my soul. You do not need to have their lives, please. She has reached over and gathered up one of your hands in both of hers. They are knotted and knobby, wrecked by age, her skin feels paper thin, and her fingers all seem to point in different directions. The price is the price. Your soul and their lives are mine. You bring over your other hand. It is smooth and perfect. The life you have adopted to take theirs suits you. Please. Tears run down her face, and she chews her lips. Her hands are shaking uncontrollably. You bring your face close to hers. Noses nearly touching. Your soul, it is my soul now. With your soul I get my life, this life. With this life of mine and with your soul I will live a life I want. I will have their lives as part of mine. You smile down at her.